Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a second since I have filmed. You can tell I'm still stuffy. Guys, I literally got strep throat 2 weeks ago, and then I went and visited my boyfriend in college. I vlogged that. Go check out that vlog. It was really cute. I guess I caught some sort of cold down there, and now I have this going on. I'm gonna answer the Q&A that I posted on my Instagram story and on my YouTube, and I got so many more questions than I even thought I would in a million years, which is so cool, and I'm so glad you guys actually want to know about me. I'm just gonna try to answer them in any way I can. This is the Princess of God series. The Lord told me to start this channel and to start this series in particular to kind of just show you girls my journey with Christ. I was saved a couple months ago, and I just started this YouTube channel just to show my journey, not necessarily to lead you guys, because I'm still learning myself. I've learned a couple of things just from the last few months of following God fully. I mean, if I can help you guys in any way, I love that. I just love you guys so much, and thank you for 11,000 subscribers. What is that? I have my matcha. This is my iced matcha latte. It has almond milk, and then I did cinnamon in it because I don't know, why not? You guys should go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot on, I feel like especially on TikTok. And I post a lot on my Instagram story, so I'll put my little ads right there. These are all the questions. I'm so excited. Advice on being in a season of loneliness without any godly friendships. Please ignore my cat. If you could talk to my boyfriend right now, he's in college and he's kind of trying to find his group of men who are seeking after the same thing as him and not just drinking in bars and partying and whatever. So I wish he was right here. Honestly, I could probably get him on the phone. You know what? We should do that. But I'll give you my advice first. It can feel so isolating, and it can just feel just so gross. You look at loneliness from a different point of view. That's really just time that you get to lean onto the Lord so much. That can just be purely time of you and Jesus. That is just you having to walk with Jesus. And that is such a special time, because we have seasons of life where we will have a huge friend group and so many friends, and it's doing so many things. And then we can walk through a season of life where, we're not really doing any of that. In those times where you're not really doing any of that, you don't really have too many people around you and too many friends, that is such a time where you get to know Jesus as a friend. You get to know him as a father, and you get to know him as a companion and a comforting just spirit and presence. Embrace this time of loneliness, because it will not always be this way. That's just gonna strengthen and deepen your relationship with Christ. So just think of it as a time where you can really, really lean on God, grow so insanely close to him. How is your fasting journey going? Do you fast? How do you fast? Just everything in general. Ugh, my fasting journey. I hate it. But I love it once I do it, because it brings you so close to the Lord. Everyone is so different. Everyone's relationship with God is so different. Everyone is going to be told to fast. If the Lord is telling you to fast, he's probably going to tell you something different than, your friend or whatever. I don't know, maybe not. And it's easier for some people. For my boyfriend, it is so much easier for him to fast than me. But his first time ever fasting as a brand new Christian, that man did 4.5 days, I think. And then after his fast, he went and ate a bunch of burgers and wings. I don't know how that would kill my stomach. The longest fast I've done is 3 days, and that was a liquid fast. So I had liquids, and it was difficult, but it really, really helped me to learn how to hear the voice of God even more and just get a lot of clarity on the thing that I needed clarity for. Typically you fast to hear God's voice better, just grow closer to him, lean on him more, because you're denying your body and your flesh of food, and you're just leaning on God. I should be doing it so much more than I am. The Bible has so much stuff about fasting in it, and I can put 2 really good podcasts right here about fasting if you want to know more about it. I know a little bit about it, but I feel I don't know enough to be okay, this is exactly what it is. If the Lord is leading you to a fast and calling you to a fast, you can tell. Okay, how do you quiet your mind when praying and listening to God? You guys are gonna be what? Get your phone out the room. Literally get your phone out the room, and honestly, you probably will be thinking about your phone when you get it out of your room, because we are so addicted to our phones and they're such an idol. I quiet my mind is I just will take a couple deep breaths in, get my phone out of my room, I shut my door, or just get in a quiet place, and I just picture black. I don't know. When you close your eyes, you know how you see that black? Try to focus on that black. That helps my mind not to go astray while I'm praying or just while I'm trying to hear the voice of God. We're human, and we have wandering brains. We can be in prayer and just start literally thinking about what we want for lunch. You know what I mean? That's okay. God gives us grace for that. Give yourself grace for that. but you can kind of practice it as well. Just start 5 minutes just sitting here saying, I love you, God, I love you, God, I love you, God, and build that 5 minutes to maybe 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, an hour. And then that kind of helps reprogram your brain on how to just sit. We live in such a world where we're just like go, 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 go. And so you kind of have to reprogram your brain on how to just sit and be still, because the presence of God isn't go, 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 go. It's just like a very much like a just relax and be peaceful and be still. How do you balance sharing your faith online with living it offline? It's something I've really had to learn how to kind of balance the two, because I never ever want to make YouTube and social media a priority over God. Lord knows that I pray about it all the time. I really just try to make sure I'm spending more time with God and more time in his presence, more time in his word, more time in godly community, worshiping, all of those things, than just social media. Like, yes, there's some days where I'll be editing for 3 hours, but I try to combat that with like the next day really, really focusing on God and his presence. Are you going to seminary school? I really, really wanted to, but I've decided I'm gonna get a degree in psychology because that will help me. And what I hope I'm gonna do is women's ministry and online, full-time online ministry as well. But whatever God calls me to, I'm listening to. Like if he told me today to quit YouTube, bye. Like I'm quitting. Just trying to listen to God's plan, but I am planning on going to college. I'm doing my first year online. I have a feeling Sean and I will end up going to seminary school together once we are married, because that is a desire of his heart as well, and he feels a little bit of a pull into ministry too. Something that God is teaching you right now. Oh my gosh, that his opinion only matters. Nobody else's opinion matters. I'm learning that, and once you learn that, honey, that's freedom. Only his validation matters. The story of you and Sean. Guys, I think I'm gonna have Sean come on one day and we'll explain that, because it's a low-key long story and it's funny. We were 16, we're 18 now, which is so weird to say. We met when we both weren't saved. Like I barely knew God, and then he did not know God at all. You know, our relationship was good, but it ended up being kind of toxic because we were very much in the world. And I'll just explain that on another day whenever he can do a video with me, because that'd be really funny. Who is your favorite Bible character and why? I think Peter, the disciple. I love him. I don't know, I think because he was so imperfect, Jesus still loved him so much, and he used all his imperfections as an example that Jesus can use literally anybody. What is your favorite part of the Bible? I don't know, I have not read the whole Bible. I've read most of the New Testament, and I just started getting into the Old Testament. From what I've read of the New Testament, I love the 1 John letters. They're so relatable to this world nowadays. How do I start going on prayer walks? I literally just made a reel about this, so go watch that. It's so easy. You just take yourself, go outside, and just start walking and just start laying everything down to the Lord. All the thoughts on your mind, all the achievements you had this week, all the worries you have, all the fears. How have you been coping since Shaw left for college? Love your videos. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Long distance has been amazing. Like truly amazing. I kind of love it. Never thought I would say that, because you guys saw in that one vlog, I was low-key a mess. We're thriving. We are communicating healthy. We have Jesus at the center, which is the key. That's the key. If you want long distance to work, Jesus at the center makes our time together just like so much more special. It literally just makes everything, like when we see each other after like, you know, a week and a half not being able to, it just makes it so much more fun. And it's just a new environment. I get to go and see my sister's friends and I stay with them and they're so amazing. I love long distance. Like, I don't know what that's about, but I do. We are just thriving, and it's really helping me to learn how to just like go and do things on my own. Like go to a cafe alone, go to the park alone, go do a Bible study alone. It brought me closer to God. It has taught me how to lean on him more. It's helping me grow, like not get quick to anger, quick to whatever, because I'm like, we are literally communicating through the phone. It's honestly leading me just to grow, learn how to just do things myself, and it's only God. That is only God, y'all. Habits that can lead you closer to the Lord. Being consistent with reading the Bible, even when you don't want to read it, that's when you should read it the most. Creating special quality quiet time in the morning with God before you pick up this and before you go on with your day. That will set the tone for the day. You get to just spend time with God early in the morning without any distractions. You are making him a priority above all. I would say reading the word, getting in the word, journaling. Oh my gosh, journaling is huge. What is something you still struggle with even after being saved? My temper and my reacting out of emotions. which stems from something a lot deeper, which I will be working on. Gosh, I have so many things. I still struggle with so much. Realizing my phone, body image, catch myself gossiping every now and then. I will, but I still catch myself doing it sometimes, and I feel immediately convicted. What are your favorite worship songs? Forgiving God by is it SUE worship or SEU? I don't know. I'll put like the thing right here. Elevation Worship and Elevation Rhythm have the best songs. Jesus Have It All, so good. Love Note by Abby Gamboa and Upper Room. Here's Mickey. You guys want to say hi to Mickey? Oh my goodness, he's such a little baby. Okay. How do you separate what's from God and what's from the enemy? This is from Emily. Okay, I love that question. Anything from the enemy is condemning, it's mean, it gives you zero peace, it's rude, it gives you anxiety, fear, typically the opposite of what the Lord would say. Anything God says will never condemn his own word. So if God says something to you, this is like your fact, this is your fact check. And if it aligns with his word, that's purely from God. Just things from the enemy will make you feel really icky. How do you stay consistent with your Bible studies? I do them even when I don't want to. I would like to get way deeper into it because I'll just read like a couple verses and be like, okay. You can just pray that God gives you like a fire and a motivation to want to read his word. How do you mentally balance your relationship and your relationship with God? I'm guessing you're asking with my boyfriend. I keep God number one. I do not let Sean become an idol, and I just make sure that God is always a priority. Like in the mornings, I try to have spent my quality time with God before I'm picking up my phone, texting or calling Sean. Yeah. And like having a boyfriend who does the same thing and is after the same goal makes it 1,000 times easier. What helped to stop listening to secular music? Literally just trying to find music is like so similar to finding Christian music that is so similar to like the type of secular music you like. How did you become Christian? Were you brought up believing in God, or did you find him when you were older? My family was always like Christian but pretty lukewarm, and I never had a true fear of God until he saved me when I was 17. So last October, actually, it's almost a year of walking with Jesus. Guys, we need to celebrate that. I'll make a whole video about that because hello, that needs to be celebrated. I never truly had a deep relationship with him. I didn't really care to know him. I was living way outside, and you know, his word tells us how to live. I was not living that way. Just very much in the world, but I had like a slight belief in God, but I would go through phases of being like, I don't care if God's real. Like, I don't know if he is. Favorite Christian podcast? Yes. Okay. Becoming Something with Jonathan Pokluda. Christ with Coffee on Ice. Girls Gone Bible. Ashley Hetherington doesn't have a podcast, but her YouTube is amazing. Feels like a podcast. Stay True. Yeah. Stay True with Madison Pruitt Trout. Bryce Crawford. Yeah, I feel like those are my main ones. How to understand Jesus' love for us. That is an amazing question that I wish I could answer super well. We'll never truly understand how much God loves us, but you can really get a feel of God's character and Jesus' character through this. Honestly, you can just pray before you open this and say like, God, please reveal your love and your character to me. Like, he will. I mean, that's the advice that I have, but I wish I could give more, and I wish I could like have a super deep, crazy understanding of it. My boyfriend and my sister could probably like say something crazier. Really get in the word and try to just like understand the character of God, and that will kind of give you like revelations of his love, and you'll see it lived out in your own life as well. How to live wholeheartedly for Jesus. Cutting off sin. Literally cutting off sin. Realizing that you are living in sin, that you do feel convicted about it. You will get like a revelation like this world has nothing to offer compared to the love that God has to offer us. Touch of God's love will change your mind, like will change the whole way you want to live. And you can just pray that God encounters you and just changes your world and changes your heart, and he so will. That right there will just convince you to want to live a whole dedicated life to Jesus, because that's how we were made to live. I love that question. That's such a good question. How to go back to God after backsliding without feeling ashamed of it. I'm a 17-year-old going through a lot. I understand, trust me, I get it. Go to God knowing that the guilt that you might be feeling is not from him, it's straight from Satan. Literally picture God just standing there with open arms, just being like, just come back to me, it's okay, I forgive you. Not have to feel ashamed or guilty or any of those feelings. Like, those are just not from him. He will convict your heart, and that's good. That's what we want. If you don't feel any conviction, that means your heart is so cold to sin that you're just like that far down into it. Just coming before him and telling him like your raw feelings, being like, Lord, I feel so guilty about this. I feel shameful. I feel gross. Like, all right, those are all the questions that I'm gonna answer today, you guys. I love you guys so much. I wish I could just answer every single one, but there's a lot and my voice kind of hurts, but I swear I will get back to posting somewhat soon, like a normal schedule. But anyways, I love you guys. Jesus loves you so, so much. Keep asking questions. Ask the Lord questions and see what happens. He will answer eventually. All right, I love you guys. Bye.